And welcome to week 6. We are still in phase 2 of the 12-week Anabolic Abs Titan program. All right, here's the thing. If you remember, we covered this in week 5. Basically, if you're a beginner, you can do, all of these exercises are going to be time-based. If you're a beginner, you can do 30 seconds for each exercise, intermediate 45 seconds, advanced 60 seconds. Same with the rest period. You can play between these 30 and 60 seconds between supersets, because if you remember, we're doing supersets this phase. Okay, 2 exercises back to back, no rest in between those 2 exercises. Then after the second, you do your 30 to 60 seconds rest, depending on your fitness, conditioning levels, or willpower. All right, so that counts as well. 3 sets of all the exercises. So that being said, let's get into this week's workouts. Number 1, first workout of the week is going to be banded leg raises. All right, you're going to notice a few different exercises as well this week. Banded leg raises, and these are going to be Titan sets. Titan sets. All right, for the Titan sets, you're still going to want to do the 5-second eccentrics. All right, that's one of the key things that you're still doing. And you're going to superset this with Russian twists. So again, with the Russian twist, you started doing a standard, more beginner version with your lean back and your feet on the ground, rotating from side to side. Now let's get into either feet completely up and added resistance. Whether that be a 5-pound plate, 10-pound plate, a medicine ball, a kettlebell, whatever type of resistance you have access to. If you haven't already started with adding resistance, now's the time to start incorporating that. Kind of implement that a little bit and see how it goes. It's a good progressive step. All right, so those superset together. Superset those together, and then you're going to do seated wipers. All right, the seated wipers are going to be superset with a shoulder tap plank. All right, this is going to be a great workout. Okay, banded leg raises utilizing Titan sets and superset that with Russian twists. Once you get your 3 sets done of both of those, you're going to go into your seated wipers with your shoulder tap planks. And that's going to be it for this workout. All right. The second workout of the week, let's get here, dumbbell power sit-up. You've done these before. This is sit-up, a concentric force velocity exercise, all right? So same with the dumbbell power sit-up. Say you started out not being able to do dumbbells at all. You're thrusting as hard as you can in your sit-up position. Well, try to start adding a dumbbell, 5-pound dumbbell, whatever it takes, 5 in each hand, and explode that concentric contraction. That's the key here. You do want to use some resistance. It doesn't have to be really heavy resistance, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is doing a explosive contraction to really hammer in that dense muscle. So that's one of the things we're focused on here. So dumbbell power sit-up. Here's the thing. You're going to do a CFV exercise, and you're going to superset that with a Titan exercise, all right? We're going to do a weighted decline sit-up here. Weighted decline sit-up. So 2 different versions of sit-ups. Sit-up and a Titan. All right. The thing with this weighted, the key here is controlling the eccentric on the way down. You're going to explosively get up there as best as you can and control for that 5-second eccentric. Explode back up, control for the 5-second eccentric. Again, make sure you're watching these videos. The videos will make everything simple. It's going to make sense of all these exercises, because I know some of these techniques, well, I guarantee you most of the techniques you've never heard of. Titan, Tricon, CFV, those are all my techniques. So you haven't seen them anywhere else, but you may have done some of my Tricon techniques based on some of my other programs. All right, so that being said, we've got these two that you were supersetting. Now we're going to do banded 90-degree crunches. Banded 90-degree crunch. All right, you're going to superset this banded 90-degree crunch with reverse pliers, a really good lower back exercise. Lower back exercise, and it's also going to help with a little coordination because it's not the easiest thing in the world. Unless you're super limber and flexible, if you lack any mobility at all, this is going to be a little bit difficult for you. But it's really going to help strengthen that lower back, which is what we're really focusing on here. We want to strengthen your abdominal area, your back area, oblique area, get all of those core muscles. The reverse pliers also are going to target your glutes. So all of the core, your glutes, you're working your hips, you're working internal, external, oblique. So you're working all of these body parts, all of these muscles that are supporting that core. All right, superset those together. Now, workout number 3 for the week, reverse crunch on decline. I love the reverse crunches, especially on a decline. Decline. All right, here's the thing with these. You're doing Tighten reps. Did I just erase that? All right. Tighten. All right, so that's going to be a Tighten set. Reverse on decline. It's a reverse crunch. Well, I don't want to explain it here because I might confuse you. So I'd rather you just watch the video and you'll understand completely once you see it. You're supersetting that with banded rotations. All right. Again. Superset those together, and then you're going to do a side oblique crunch. Done these before. You're getting to the point to where you've done most of this stuff before already. So now it's just perfecting. You've already figured out how to do some of this stuff. You figured out how it's supposed to feel within each exercise, every rep. So now it's just a matter of executing as perfectly as possible. Okay? Now you're going to superset this with one of the most difficult planks, an RKC plank. RKC plank. That's a tremendous plank because you're tightening up your entire body. So you're going to get a lot of benefits. You're going to feel your body completely shaking within the 30 seconds, but or even 45 seconds or 60, depending on where you're at. That's going to be one of the tougher exercises. All right. Workout number 4, weighted decline sit-ups. Weighted decline sit-ups. All right. Weighted decline sit-ups, you're going to be doing a Tighten set with that. Okay, Tighten set there, and then you're going to superset that with a banded crunch. Here's the thing with the banded crunch. Banded crunch, you're going to want to do those with a CFV. Okay, so really explode that band. You're going to get far enough away from the attachment. Wherever you attach and anchor that band to, if you are really close to it, you don't have a whole lot of resistance. You want to create a little bit of resistance when you're doing these because your body can naturally explode in the crunch position fairly easy. So by providing that resistance and exhaling and exploding that concentric contraction, you're going to get a great, great benefit from that exercise. All right, so supersetting those together, and then you're going to follow that up with the bicycle crunch. Bicycle crunch. And you're going to superset that with Superman scissors. This one, like I said, you did reverse pliers earlier in the week. This is very similar, but it is going to require coordination as well and a little bit of hip mobility. If I can spell this. All right. I'm writing reverse pliers again, and because I talked about it. I shouldn't have did that because I just confused myself. Reverse pliers are here. Workout number 2. Now you're doing Superman scissors. And you'll see why if you watch the videos on how to do these, why I'm talking about both of them being similar. Because they're very similar. Reverse pliers, feet are coming together, coming out. Coming together, coming out while you're on your stomach. Superman, you're on your stomach. Arms are ahead of you, so up above you. So When they're up there, good Lord, if I can get this out. While your arms are up there, you're creating more resistance. The scissors, your legs aren't just coming together, they're crossing. That's difficult when you're on your stomach and your hands are raised out in front of you. So you'll see what I'm talking about. But man, week 6, this is going to be a great week for you, all right? You're just getting acclimated to the second phase. But once you finish week 6, you're halfway through the second phase. And I hope you're looking forward to the next, because the next phase is full of great exercises and techniques. So that being said, get all of this implemented and work hard this week. Work harder this week than you did last week, and try to better yourself this week, and have a great, great week, man. A banded 90-degree crunch. So basically on the 90-degree crunch, you're going to get this right around your knees. I like to after I do that, bring my feet around. Get this under your knee. That way you don't lose too much tension when you're doing these. All right, 90-degree, basically, once you get your knees up to the 90-degree position, you're already creating tension in your lower abs. Boom, right there. All right, tension. Now, upper abs. Crunch. Now we're going to do it's a banded crunch, but it's a CFV crunch. Basically, concentric force velocity. You want to breathe out, which is exhaling, as hard as possible, and contract as hard as possible on the way up. Squeeze that contraction before you relax it. You're doing this with a band, which is going to create even more resistance. Here's the thing, when you're doing anything that is a CFV set, you want to go heavier. You want to really force everything you can into getting that contraction, all right? So I'm going to grab the resistance bands way up here to create a lot of tension. So I've got a lot of tension there, and what I'm going to do, my arms are even back. When I drive the crunch up, I'm forcing it up. I'm exhaling hard, exhaling very hard, okay? I'm getting that air out of my system and contracting my abs. So from here, my abs are, or my lower back is being pressed into the ground. My abs are contracted. I'm getting ready to exhale and do banded rotations. Banded rotations are another great oblique exercise. Anytime you're doing rotations going from side to side, you're working those inner obliques and outer obliques, so you're getting really good side work here. So basically, just get a standard band, loop it through a fixed position. So a fixed bar, you can do these on anything that's fixed. If you're doing these at home, at the gym, basically all you want to do is start with a good stretch here. I like to keep my hands out in front of me. Nice stretch in those obliques. Keep this outer foot rotated out. From here, lock that core in and rotate. Come back, rotate. Back, rotate. Again, you'll feel these in those obliques. You'll go from one side, and then you'll do the same thing, alternating sides. Keep this outer foot rotated out. That's going to help protect that knee. If you're standing straight and rotating, it puts a little bit of stress on that knee. So I'd rather you rotate that foot out already, which is going to bring some external rotation in that knee. Keep those arms straight out in front of you, full across. This is a bicycle crunch. You want to get flat on your back. Bicycle crunch. You want your knees to be up in the air. Right here, you want them to be about 90 degrees, and you want your hands behind your head.
All right, the cool thing about a bicycle crunch is you're contracting your entire abdominal wall. You're gonna alternate sides. I'm gonna show you here in a minute, but every time you lift your upper body forward, you're contracting from the upper and mid abs. When you bring your lower pelvis up, bringing your hips up, you're contracting from the lower abdominal region. So we're hitting the lower abs, mid abs, and upper abs. Cool thing with the bicycle crunch, you want to alternate sides. So you're gonna bring this knee to your opposite elbow or opposite elbow to opposite knee. Full extension here, and then reverse and go the other side. Alternating sides. You'll notice I'm relaxing and contracting. Relaxing and then contracting. Dumbbell power sit-up. This is a CFV exercise, concentric force velocity. Basically, you want added resistance, and you're going to explode to the top of the sit-up position as hard as possible. And exhale forcefully when you do this. So basically, this is going to create really good power. All right. So what we're going to do in this sit-up position, you're going to keep the dumbbells here and you're going to thrust them up as hard as you can while bringing your body up into the sit-up position. Core should be tight here. You're going to exhale forcefully, inhale right before you start. Good inhale, and then okay, this is a contracted hamstring sit-up. Basically, here's what happens. You'll notice I'm pulling. What is allowing me to pull this band back? The hamstring contraction. All right, now I'm gonna come back here and dig these heels into the ground. I'm pulling the bands back for resistance, digging my heels into the ground, and that's allowing my hamstrings to contract. While these are contracting, these hip flexors here on the top are being deactivated. All right, the main goal with that is now that these aren't turned on and doing a lot of work, your abs are actually kicking in and working the way they're supposed to work. So for here, contracted hamstrings, I'm gonna contract them even more, get them way back here, and we're just gonna do some sit-ups. Here, when you're doing sit-ups, exhale, forcefully contracting those abs. Let all that air out, contract them, bring the weight down slowly. Also, when you're doing these, make sure your legs don't come up on the way up. You really want to keep these heels tucked in to the ground and create that contraction. From here, this is an oblique crunch. Standard crunches are forward. You're going shoulders to knees, elbows to knees. You're going forward. Now we're going to be going alternate sides. You're going to alternate. Let me show you this angle here. So the oblique crunch, when you're working your obliques, the sides here, rotation is involved. You want to create rotation. By creating that rotation, you're getting those external and internal obliques contracted, all right? You're working them. You're getting them emphasized in the exercise. So standard crunch is straight up, straight back, straight up, straight back. This one, we're going side, back. The opposite side, back. And you're going to alternate that way. That is the oblique crunch. So couple ways to do this. Feet flat on the ground, hands up either to your ears, behind your head. Key point, if they are behind your head for support, don't pull on your head and strain that neck. They should be here for support. Chin should be tucked up and not down every time, all right? So basically side crunch, stretch, crunch, stretch. This is an RKC plank. This is probably one of the toughest planks you can do. Basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna be on the elbows like a standard elbow plank. However, the focus here, once you're on your elbows, you're trying to drive your elbows back. You're gonna be on your toes, and your focus is to go ahead and get those toes and drive them forward. You're clenching your entire body, clenching your glutes, contracting your lats, contracting your shoulders, everything together. You're crunching and contracting, okay? So basically, here, standard elbow, and now I'm pulling back right there on my elbows and pulling up on my toes, and I'm contracting my abs, my glutes, everything as hard as possible. Full contraction. This is a reverse plier. Basically reverse, you're gonna be landing, you're gonna be laying on your stomach just like this, okay? And the benefit of this exercise is it's gonna work your lower back, lower glutes. So when we talk about the core, a lot of people only focus on the abs. This is an ab program. However, we wanna make sure you're strengthening your back, your glutes, your hips, all of the core as well. So basically what you're gonna do here, you're going to bring your back, you're gonna bring your legs up, and you're gonna want to, I like to extend my hands up here, bring your legs together and out, together, out, together, out. You will feel that in your lower back. Really focus on clenching those glutes as well. From this position, from the beginning position, clench those glutes when you bring them up. Separate your legs, drive them together. Separate. A Russian twist. Depending on where you're at, you can, fitness-wise, conditioning-wise, you can keep your feet flat, lean back to initiate and create tension, and side to side. You can do side to side with your feet flat, adding resistance, dumbbell, weight plate, medicine ball, kettlebell, any type of resistance. As you get more advanced, lean back, bring your feet off the ground, and still side to side. All right, this is a seated wiper, just like the windshield wiper on a car, side to side. That's what you're gonna do here. This is a seated version. You're going to lean back, keep your feet together, raise, left side, right side. Alternating sides, just like that. This is a shoulder tap plank. Shoulder tap, you want to get a standard plank position here, and you're just going to alternate sides, tapping shoulder down, shoulder. These are Superman scissors. Again, the Superman is designed to work the lower back and glutes. Also, upper back is going to be worked as well. Superman, your arms are extended far in front of you, so when you raise those, you're using your traps in your back. That's going to really help strengthen that upper back as well. The difference here, you're going to do the scissors crossing your legs after you do these, okay? So basically, let's get ready. Raise, cross. A banded leg raise utilizing a Titan rep. So Titan reps are 5 seconds or 7 seconds, depending on where you're at in your program. Lowering phase, all right? That's the eccentric phase. So we're gonna wrap these around our feet and we're gonna raise our legs back up. When you're raising your legs, you're contracting, you're shortening the ab muscles. That's a concentric contraction. As your legs get pulled away from you, you're stretching your abs. The stretching phase is the eccentric phase. So for Titan reps, that's the focus here. The focus on the Titan reps is to really focus on the lowering phase, okay? Not so much driving the legs up, but pulling back down. All right, so show you what these look like. Hands can either be placed behind your head as long as you're not pulling, or out to the sides for support. Legs up, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. One more. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. This is a reverse crunch on a decline bench utilizing Titan reps. Titan reps are going to be 5 second or 7 second eccentrics. For this one, I'm going to show you a 5 second eccentric. Basically, you're going to bring your legs up, you're going to bring your knees up, that's the reverse crunch, and then you're going to lower utilizing a 5 second cadence. That's the eccentric phase. So you're going to want to do that for each rep. That's what a Titan rep is. So let's get set up here. So again, you're going to want to lift explosively when you're doing Titan reps. The concentric phase should be explosive. From here, we are going to exhale out, and then 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. Show you one more. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. This is a weighted decline sit-up on a decline bench, and we're going to do a weighted version of it, but we're doing a Titan rep. So Titan rep are either 5 second reps or 7 second reps. I'm going to demonstrate a 5 second Titan rep. Basically, all that means is we're going to start on the bottom of the bench. We're going to forcefully exhale our air and contract our way up to the top. Then you're going to lower yourself down for 5 seconds. 5 second cadence, and then forcefully contract yourself back to the top. And you're going to do that for every prescribed rep. All right, so we're going to start down here. And again, you can use dumbbells, a weight plate, or whatever else you need for resistance. I've got a single dumbbell here just to demonstrate how this works. You're going to breathe in, get a nice good breath, and you're going to exhale on the way up explosively. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. This is a weighted decline sit-up. For the weighted decline sit-up, you can use dumbbells, you can use a barbell if you have access to it, and it's something that you can safely do, or you can do a weight plate, 45-pound plate, 25-pound plate, depending on how strong you currently are. So basically what I want you to do here on the weighted decline sit-up is get a good breath on the way down and exhale as hard as you can on the way up and contract those abs forcefully, all right? Really hard contraction, and keep that core extremely tight. Keep your back as tight as you possibly can when you're doing these. So the weight here, come back, weight up there. All right, here we go. Contract and breathe out.